Welcome to Musician vs. Musician, a podcast/gig where every week we both research a music-related topic and then report back to the other one. It could be a band, it could be a genre, it could be whatever vague concept we find interesting. I'm Matt.
And I'm Leia.
You almost spoke too early there. I heard you take a deep, I'm going to leave this in. You feel free to say whatever you want to me.
You know why I'm sometimes disappointed that we do a podcast? That's because you guys can't see the way I'm looking at him.
It's true, she's pretty intense.
Yeah.
Intense longing.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. We're both members of the band Wild Abyss.
About not to be honest. I'm going to leave.
Brief disclaimer, our views do not reflect the views of the rest of the band. But actually, today they sort of do.
Yeah, today we are with Lou, who is our rhythm guitarist.
Hello.
/ backup singer. Give him more titles.
Oh, God,
also,
sorry.
basically sole composer at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, true.
No shade intended to be thrown.
Shade somewhat thrown nonetheless.
Yeah, unintentionally. Are we still recording, or is that fucked?
I think it's...
Hold on.
I think it's still recording.
I'll edit this out, probably.
Yeah,
we're
it's
still
good.
recording.
Just,
So.
yeah.
Sweet. Knowing me, I'll leave all that in.
Yeah, probably.
It adds to the sound that we do.
To the aesthetic.
Yeah, to the aesthetic, but the ear equivalent, the ear aesthetic.
I hope you die.
It took you 10 seconds to enjoy that. I'm gonna time that and put a tick, a timer counting down to when you both laugh. All right, so this week. Oh shit! Do we have any news? Have you done any news this
No, I
week?
haven't done any news this week.
Lou, you got any news?
Don't
News
look
for
at me.
this week. We're recording an EP next week.
Yeah.
I mean, that's our news. I guess that's.
Yeah, I mean that is news though.
Yeah, I mean, this is self-indulgent enough
Yeah.
that. No other news. Nothing happened this
No.
week. It was
No,
pretty
we just
boring week,
Hailstorm
music-wise.
released a single.
I think we spoke about that last
Oh,
week.
okay.
yeah. I think
I don't
we decided
remember.
about that last week. Didn't we?
What did you think of it?
I think it was really good.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's Hailstorm.
Never disappoint.
Yeah, Leia, go on. Say your controversial opinion.
Not a big fan, but that doesn't mean I won't get bullied for that opinion.
That's not a correct opinion.
That's
so
not how opinions work.
it is in this podcast,
Is it?
as we've established many times.
I mean, true.
So, this week, guys, I'm going to be talking about... Oh, usually I set the scene, so
Yeah,
I'm
set
going to
the
set
scene.
the scene first.
I'm
Oh, God.
disappointed.
For anyone who's listening to this, we are cramped in a small room around one microphone. I will get a second mic at some point.
Today isn't that day, apparently.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting this.
Yeah, it's to reduce the echo. We have to sit in the smallest room and pad it out with blankets.
Makes it like a sauna.
Thanks, Leia,
What?
for padding it out.
Yeah, okay, fine.
It was a
I
legitimate
thought that
thing.
was a sarcastic one, because it
No.
probably is.
No, but if I said it sarcastically, it'd be thanks, Leia,
Yeah, that's
if
how
that
it
is your
sounded.
real name.
I mean, you can ask my parents, but they're going to tell you the same thing I do.
I can message your mum. I'll do it right now.
Yeah, okay.
So, anyway,
To be updated.
setting the scene. It's the early 1990s.
Here we go. That's a good start, isn't it?
Two boys, Akiva Schaefer and Yorma Tacone, met in 7th grade Spanish class.
It's kind of cute, actually.
Later on, they met their friend Andy and formed a music trio. They went separate ways for university, but ended up talking on the phone, gabbing all night long. And in September, the year 2000, the year you were born.
That wasn't the year I was born.
How was it not the year you were born? 99.
Yeah.
Right. The year after you were born. They all moved to LA and created their website, which would host short films. They lived in a small, low-rent apartment together and finally came up with a name for their group. Any guesses?
I have no
I
idea.
have no idea.
It was the Lonely Island.
I don't know who that is.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. Well, we
I
got
love
one.
Lonely Island.
I've been singing them today, though.
Which one is it?
The ones I've been singing today.
Yeah, well, you've been singing a bit of everything today.
Oh, well, we'll listen.
Okay.
Which, I'll get to the first of their songs, which we'll listen to, because there's a couple we need to listen to, because they're great.
Oh,
They are
God.
hilarious.
So they started producing comedy rap videos, such as their song Kablamo, which I don't want to listen to, because it's not as good as the other songs. They actually had pretty decent careers as comedy writers. They worked on SNL, which is short for Saturday Night Live.
Thanks.
I just didn't really know if you'd realise.
I mean, you could probably guess.
Go on then, guess.
I know what it is now.
Anyway, they skyrocketed when they produced and wrote the song Natalie's Rap, which was a sketch about Natalie Portman revealing that she is a badass gangster rap star.
Like you
which
do.
at the time was a bit of a shock. And that's what we're going to listen to first. We'll be back with you in 2 seconds, guys.
I don't sleep, mother off that yak and that Durban, doing 120, getting hit while I'm swerving.
Damn, Natalie, you a crazy chick.
You shut the up and suck my.
Matt's having a crisis right now.
I'm most pleased by that because Matt actually does do the throw it on the ground thing.
How old were you guys when this stuff came out?
That was what, 9 years ago? I was
Something like that.
11.
I was 9.
I was at what, like 15? So for me, I was like prime age to be a dick about it. So me and like my douchey friends just fucking loved this. Oh,
I'd like to come back to Natalie's rap first because I related to that way too much because she's clearly like my height.
Oh yeah, she's tiny.
Yeah, she's like 5'3" and throwing it around like she's a gangster, and I relate to that.
Yeah.
too much.
Oh shit. Sorry. Oh, mute that. So we listened to Natalie's rap. I'm on a boat.
And threw it on the ground.
And threw it on the ground. I'm on a boat. I've actually, me and my friend Alex found a boat somewhere when we were on a biology trip in school, and just went on the boat to play the music. I'm on a boat, and then we got like chased away by the guy whose boat it was. Don't steal boats, kids. I have positive messages for, I think, the Australians who listen to this, who are our youngest viewers. Anyway, shall I get back to my report?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're awesome. Anyway, so a lot of their work on SNL, the Lonely Island, explored music. Their office was part recording studio and edit bay, and Jorma Taccone described it as the nastiest dorm room you've ever been in. It's just like 3 guys chilling in there all day. They used a $500 mic, so not super expensive, without soundproofing. They didn't use professional audio engineering, and the videos were edited by the trio themselves.
It's pretty good considering.
Yeah.
Yeah. In 2006, they actually filmed their first feature film
Ah, sweet.
before they'd even released an album.
What was it called?
It's called Hot Rod.
Okay.
Have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen it. I want to watch it.
Yeah.
I didn't know about it until I was doing this report.
We should all watch it.
Yeah,
Make it a thing.
it got solid reviews. It didn't make much money. Actually, we should watch their next movie, which I'll talk about in a bit.
Okay.
They had their next viral success in December 2006 when they collaborated with Justin Timberlake for the
Like you
song, sorry for the language, everyone, but Dick in a Box.
Why have you apologised for language now?
When my parents listen to this.
Yeah, but...
Yeah, but you've never apologised before.
Well, sometimes I like to apologise.
You can't
Although I don't think I've said
selectively apologise.
Dick in a Box before. It's pretty graphic. It's a funny song, though. Have you heard it?
I don't think so.
No, we'll play it afterwards.
Okay.
Because we've listened to 3 songs already. It's the first in a trilogy of songs starring JT, short for Justin Timberlake, Leia, just so you know.
Oh God, I actually didn't know it was the first bit. Is it in context? I still didn't make that connection.
So it's Dick in a Box, Mother Lover, which is about them swapping mothers for Mother's Day.
That's a good song.
That's really weird.
And then It's Okay When It's in a Three-Way, which is
I think I know that one.
a song starring Lady Gaga.
Okay.
Yeah. In 2008, they recorded their debut studio album, Incredibad, which had a bunch of songs from SNL and a lot of their own songs.
Ooh.
That's what I was waiting for. The best of which, I think, was I'm on a Boat. Because it's fucking hilarious.
Well, that's the one that you've already sung to me today.
I just think it's so stupid. It's amazing that they thought of that. They also kicked ass with the song Like a Boss, which memed across my school years.
Yeah.
That was a serious meme.
What was that? 2008, I said. So how many? 10 years ago. Yeah, I would have been prime age to be laughing at this. Incredibad sold 250,000 units, which is a lot. It's a
It
quarter
is.
of a million for anyone who's keeping track at home. Making it that year's 8th best-selling hip-hop album. But Taccone quit SNL in 2010. So, you know, they had to delay working together a little bit, but they didn't stop. In 2011, they recorded the album Turtleneck and Chain, which added songs like I Just Had Sex, which is very funny.
What a tune.
I know. Sing it, Leia.
No.
Sing it, Lou.
I just had sex.
Yay! And it felt so good.
Felt so good.
I don't want to keep going.
Too graphic.
Yeah, it's pretty. I guess it's medically graphic. Saying the word penis is. Don't say penis, kids.
But that's the correct term.
All right, say penis, kids. Jack Sparrow was on that album, and The Creep, which featured Nicki Minaj.
Fair play.
You're a big Nicki Minaj fan, Leia.
Yeah, I'm really, really big.
Name 3 of her songs.
Is she the one that did Anaconda?
She is.
Oh, yes, that's one.
one. Don't clap. Fucking hell, that was
I
going
wanna
to
clap.
peak the fucking mic.
You're welcome. That was my revenge because I don't know 2 other songs.
Starships?
I couldn't. I thought that was by Katy
Starships are
Perry.
meant to fly.
I did think that was by Katy Perry.
It's not.
Well, I know that now.
I don't know a third one.
No,
So-
Hey!
Right, we are the best people to do a music podcast. It's a pretty hilarious album. It's pretty sex-focused. If I had to give it a criticism, it would be... Sex isn't that new, guys. You're all, like, mid-20s by
But
now.
yeah, but think about the age because it was like your demographic, wasn't it? Like 15
Yeah,
year olds.
I was 15, 16
I
at the
bet you
time.
thought that was hilarious when it came out.
Did think it was really funny.
There we are then.
Oh, man, just the idea of sex. What a joke. Sandberg left SNL in 2012, and the trio was starting to feel that it was a little tricky to work together. Tacone was getting a lot of television work. Schaefer was directing things, such as the movie The Watch. Has anyone seen it?
I don't think so.
It's really bad.
Oh, okay.
It's mostly just really boring.
Oh, okay.
And Andy Samberg was getting film roles, such as the role of the boyfriend who dumps Mila Kunis in that movie she was in with Justin Timberlake. I don't remember what it was called. Friends with Benefits.
Okay.
Was it?
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think so. Have you guys seen it?
No.
You?
I think so, yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was alright.
Yeah, it's alright. That's very, yeah. I like Justin Timberlake. They all lived in different cities, but in an interview that I listened to, Schaefer made clear that the group wasn't going to break up.
Okay.
And I know that now, but I needed to find an interview as proof. He said, I think if we just did Lonely Island all the time, then maybe we'd be in trouble. But going off and doing other things reminds us that it's more fun to work with friends.
Hey, if that works for them.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they've
respect
worked
that.
together since they were kids, so
It's kind of sweet,
it's
actually.
fair. So despite all the obstacles, the trio regrouped in late 2012 to begin recording their third album, the Whack album, which is an homage to minimalist titles, such as...
Nails.
No, I mean, no, that's...
I don't know why you looked at me there.
Just because
No,
I
I don't know
thought you
what
would
we were
get the
expecting.
obvious Beatles reference.
I don't know anything about the Beatles.
The White Album.
Oh, yeah.
I literally could not have told you that. I can't even name any Beatles albums ever, you know? I can
Abbey
name...
Road?
No.
What's the one with the long name that I always forget?
Sergeant
Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Heart Club.
Yacht Club, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, that's quite a good name, don't get me wrong, but I'd never remember that. I'm not going to remember it now.
We didn't, clearly.
Yeah, it just failed.
So whilst they were writing, Tacone and Sandberg lived together, but Schaefer had a family, so he just drove to see them every day. The lead single... I got it. The lead single was YOLO, featuring Adam Levine. Levine? How do you pronounce his name?
Levine.
I thought it was Levine, yeah.
Alright, I'm going to say Levine. And Kendrick...
Isn't it like Avril Lavigne?
No. Levine from Avril Lavigne is spelled Lavigine.
Right, Matt.
And Levine... and Adam Levine is spelled Levine.
I still think it's Levine.
Levine.
Okay, well, I'm going to say Levine. And we're actually going to listen to that one because I forgot how funny it is. So, be 1 second. How did you guys enjoy that?
I enjoyed that very
Yeah,
much.
so did
Yeah? Okay, good. Yeah, it's sick. YOLO is great, but it's not the best song on the album, which is obviously the Spring Break Anthem, which I didn't show you guys, but it's so good. It highlights how ridiculous it is that spring break behaviour is considered normal, and gay marriage isn't. And of course, the opposite is pretty true. In 2014, they collaborated to write the Lego Movie's song, Everything is Awesome.
Did they
Leia?
write it?
They co-wrote it. with
That does
someone.
explain why it's so annoying.
Sing it.
No.
Sing it.
No.
Lou?
I haven't seen the
Everything
film.
is
I've heard
awesome.
it,
Everything is cool when you're part of a team.
Also, I want to know, why are you bullying me into singing when I'm the only one here that isn't a singer?
Just want to hear you sing. I've never heard you sing before.
There's a reason for that.
I mean, so far, it just seems like you're a bit nervy,
No, I'm just tone deaf.
if you say so. So the
Ask
song...
Kyle, he's heard me sing.
Okay, I will. I mean, is he good at singing?
No, it's not.
So the song Everything is Awesome was nominated for the Academy Award for Best Original Song. Because it's really,
Nice.
it's that good. Not that the Oscars mean anything, but, you know, it is great. Later that year, they pitched a movie to Fox Studios, Pop Star, Never Stop, Never Stopping, which you guys haven't seen.
No.
I just showed you a song from it, so you definitely haven't seen it. It's fucking awesome. It made no money. I saw it twice in one day, not on purpose.
How did you not on purpose?
It was the only day it was showing. I saw it, and then I said to my sister, "Hey, this movie's really great. You should go see it when you get a chance." And then we looked at the times, and it was like, it's only showing today. She was like, "Cool, can you come with me?" So I ended up seeing it
fair
twice.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it still funny. I laugh. I watched it the other week. It's really great. Everyone should buy it. And that brings us pretty much up to date. They're currently touring at the moment.
Are they actually?
Yeah,
That's
they're
pretty
really
sick.
really good live. So I've heard. I would love them to come here, but I doubt they will.
Yeah.
Bit of a trek.
Yeah. So, yeah, they're currently touring before Andy Samberg goes back to work on Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Have you guys?
It's a bit of a change, that, isn't it?
Well, I mean, have you watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
No, but I get the impression that it's somewhat different from this project that he's doing.
Yeah, but it's still pretty weird and funny.
Okay.
It's network TV. They can't be as explicitly gross as
Yeah.
the Lonely Island are. All right, Leia, you haven't heard them before, really. Thoughts?
They're quite... Actually, well, I discovered that I had heard some of them as we went through. Yeah, funny, approve.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Weird enough for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty great. Lou?
I think they're great.
Yeah.
It's just very random and I love
They're
it.
so good. We were listening
Nice.
to them. Now, me and my friend were super into them in school. One bus journey home from biology trip, we just listened to the whole of Turtleneck and Chain and sung very loudly, and I'm told very irritatingly.
I was going to say, I bet everyone hated you.
We didn't get told off by the teachers, which is amazing, but the biology teacher did really like me at the time, so that might have saved us a little
Ah.
bit. I think we
Friends in high places and all that.
yeah, we alternated between Lonely Island and Rise Against. Because, you know, we were punk. We were in a punk band together. We were pretty awesome.
Yeah, okay.
I'll play you. I think I've played you guys one of our songs, or what I can remember of it. It's not very good.
Okay.
I tried to figure out what the metaphors I was using meant, and I was like, it's just gibberish. It's just there isn't a real
They mean nothing.
metaphor in here. I've just put words on a page. Yeah, I'll definitely reveal it on this podcast at some point if I can remember the lyrics.
Definitely do. It'll be well funny.
But anyway, that's the end of my report for this week. So, who wants a turn? Lou, are you up, or Leia, do you want to go?
I can go.
Go on, Lou.
All right, do it.
I'm about this.
Lou said before we came on that he's half-assed this. I mean,
So I know a bit.
how
Yeah.
long were you given?
I
In
was
my-
given half an hour.
Yeah, I was going to say, in all fairness, I forgot to tell him until
Yeah.
today.
So I only had half an hour to listen to the songs.
Oh, we're so professional.
But yeah, basically, I want to talk about Ghost's new album.
Okay.
I
That
think
was
it's
not what I expected.
Yeah.
pronounced as prequel. I don't know how you would.
Yeah, you said
Anyway,
prequel.
it's their fourth album. And do you know Ghost?
No, not
No?
at all. We should probably listen to one of their songs.
Yeah, Ghost. They're basically Swedish heavy metal, or considered as doom metal.
Yeah, I was going to say they're really...
But I think they're very unique and different from other Scandinavian heavy metal bands. Anyway, so they released Prequel
Do you want to give us a song and we'll play it?
June 1st. Yeah, their main single is called Rats. And so
That was sick.
yeah, you liked it?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I was shocked when you described it as doom metal. I was like, this is going to be
Yeah.
too
It's
heavy.
You
for me.
Generally-
expect something else, don't you?
It's generally a bit more drudgery,
Mm.
Yeah.
isn't it? But it's
I like-
quite light-hearted.
It was
for
very
it.
Phantom of the Opera to
Yes.
me. Like, not in a bad way. I like Phantom of the
Yeah.
Opera. Mm.
So they basically just mix heavy metal with more operatic
Yeah, I like that.
vibes.
It's cool.
And as you can see from the video clip, it's influenced by the plague and the current political situation going on.
Oh, don't get into that. Bloody politicians, am I right, everyone?
Yep.
Whoever you support is the right party. It's not true. Left wing.
So yeah, basically I listened to the album once because I only had half an hour. But
That's
Your
dedication.
research
Yeah.
was to listen to the album and
Yeah.
decide who you thought.
We don't even do that with all the songs of our artists.
No,
We pick
we-
like one each.
Yeah.
don't- what
What
did
we
I-
tend to do is we'd Google them,
Yeah.
find
Yeah.
information, and then
fair enough.
we'll listen to one song or something.
Yep.
But yeah, they have a song called Miasma, which is an instrumental. It's I think it's one of the heaviest songs, but it ends with a sax solo.
That's cool.
Like the last minute is a sax solo. It is.
I'm about that.
It's one. I think it's one of the best songs I've heard. Instrumental songs I've actually listened to.
Hey, I know saxophonists. If you want some saxophone playing,
Yeah.
I'll go find one.
I know some saxophonists.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll get them on.
My mum plays saxophone.
My dad
Yes.
plays saxophone.
There you go. Well, isn't
Well,
he in
like both
Turkey?
your parents.
No, wait,
He's in
Kent.
Dubai.
Oh, okay. Right.
It's fine.
Third.
You can come over.
Yeah.
I just think mum's down the road. Be easier. Whenever
yeah.
there's a pause in our speech, it's because Leia's looking at me with daggers. Go on.
So yeah, they released this about a week ago, and were on tour beforehand to promote the album. I don't know if they'll promote this from now on. I mean, hopefully they will come to the UK and we'll be able to see them.
Yeah, they tour
because
quite a lot, to
Yeah,
be
they're
fair,
supposed to
don't
be very good live, and I think they open for like Ozzy and Avenged Sevenfold and bands like that.
That's
They've
pretty
been
cool.
at Download a few times.
Yeah, so they always go to festivals. But what I really like about Ghost is how they use the anonymity. Yeah?
You got it.
Yeah, that's
It's all
one.
good.
And you got the nameless ghouls and all these guys who write these music and just enjoy
Mm-hmm.
the music, just so they don't have fame or anything. They just do it for the music, and I really respect that.
All right, well, we'll start putting a bag over your head while you perform.
Yeah, but now
No, we
people
can't
know.
do that. Buckethead.
Buckethead.
Oh yeah, there's
Buckethead.
Buckethead. You can't do that now.
Well,
Do
why?
you know who
What? I
Buckethead?
don't
He
know
has
what
a
you're talking
KFC
about.
bucket on his head.
Yeah, he's cut holes in it. He went on stage all of a sudden. Did you
Well-
know that Buckethead's dying?
Is he?
Yeah, he's got degenerative muscle disease.
Oh, that's a
He
shame.
keeps recording albums, but like he's
Yeah.
bedbound. He just records them from his bed. Which is pretty
Wow, didn't know
hardcore,
that.
really.
Well,
Buckethead's
yeah.
a guitarist and he writes instrumental work and it's really good.
I didn't say bucket. I said a plastic bag.
Yeah, but it's too close.
Or a paper bag. Paper bags came way before a man with a bucket on his head.
Okay.
Let's give Lou a mask of my face.
Or the
In-
Queen. I
so-
feel like you'd look good with the Queen.
I've got a story. In English in school, I think it was year 13, we identified that one of the kids was clearly the favourite of the teacher.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we all came in one day with his face as a paper mask over ours.
That's not weird at all.
To make fun of her, and
Okay.
she laughed when she realised, and then asked if she could keep one of the masks.
That's creepy.
Yeah,
For
we were.
her husband to wear while they were in bed.
Well, that's what I assume. It was pretty weird. Either that, or she was making a joke, and we didn't get it.
Oh, okay, fair.
That English teacher was on it though. Mrs. Williams, if you're out there, you were great.
Okay.
She's a great teacher.
Can we hold that there a second? I've got something in my contact lens.
All right, we got to pause. Should I just leave it rolling?
Yeah, go on, have a chat.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
This will be fun for anyone to listen to. Oh god, my back is killing me.
So yeah, about this album, they haven't
I don't
really...
talk about the album.
No,
do I?
okay. What do you want to talk about then?
Feelings.
Feelings.
Yeah,
What, my feelings currently, or...
sure. So, what are you feeling currently? How are you feeling? We've got a gig tonight, everyone.
Yeah, doing some covers. Doing Stacey's mum.
Stacey's mum. I don't know why I felt the need to do that. Anyone
just-
called
you just-
Stacey out there, show it to your
Yeah.
mum.
You need to do that though. Whenever you hear the song, you just
Yeah,
you have to join in.
I could call my friend Stacey and get her mum to come, but I don't
No.
think she would. Just
So it'd be funny for us because we're gonna know what it is.
well, they'll understand the song. The crowd will hear. Oh, I suppose she won't have a. We could just get anyone and give them a sticker that says Stacey's
Yeah.
mum on it.
What?
Talking about Stacey's mum.
As in a literal person, or
Yeah,
as in
both.
yeah?
Both. Yeah. It being a title that's handed through the generations.
Yeah, okay.
You sorted now?
Moderately.
This will be really fun to listen back to. Go on, Lou. What were you saying?
What was I saying?
Something about the
Oh.
album.
So yeah, the previous Ghost album, which was Meliora, I think they find weird names for these albums. Anyway, they've sort of stayed
Meliora?
Meliora, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. The Italian. For misery.
Is it?
No, I'm making it up.
I was gonna say, there's no way you know that.
I know some basic Italian.
Yeah, but that's a really random word.
Allora.
Please be quiet.
I mean, that means well. As in, like, well.
Good to know.
It's really useful. Like, Italians use it a lot.
Yeah.
Or the two Italians I know do.
I was gonna say the Italian. Have you spoken to all of the Italians about
I've
it?
spoken to 3 of them. 2 of them used it, 1 of them didn't. The third one was your friend.
Oh yeah.
Go on, go for it.
So yeah, they've stayed true to their vibe, their sort of music. So it's not a major change in this album. But I would describe the album as a hard rock metal mash, which you could use to like introduce a friend to heavy metal. Or,
Yeah. I can hear that, definitely. This was the kind of stuff that got me into heavier stuff.
So I think this album would be a good introduction to the genre. And obviously they're all very successful musicians, but I don't know what else to say.
Really. Maybe they aren't very successful musicians. You don't know who they are.
Either way, I think they're very talented and they know what they're doing.
How long was Slipknot anonymous before Corey Taylor was just like, nah, I'm the best?
I don't think they were ever properly anonymous as much as they just enjoyed dressing up.
They look really scary.
Yeah, they did, didn't they?
Yeah.
Sure. Well, like...
Because they're coming together again soon.
Yeah, they've got a new album coming out.
Yeah. And they look freaking terrifying. I don't know why I'm so cautious about swearing right now. We had a song for a while that I had an edited version for in my head, and sometimes I would do the one with a swear word, and sometimes I'd do the one without a swear word. You disappear.
Oh, yeah.
Or I'd just either say fucking or I wouldn't. And then I'd look over at you and see if you were smiling or not. What a great report that you clearly
Well, okay, we could talk about Ghost.
Additionally, I would like to draw this really unpleasant comparison. All of the other band members look like the instrumental parts of Baby Metal. They dress
I don't know
the
what
same.
Baby Metal is.
You don't know Baby Metal?
Baby Metal is
Okay.
three little... is that a joke?
No, I don't know.
They're three... I'm not sure. There's Oriental Asian. I don't know if they're Chinese or Japanese. There's three little girls, and they dress up...
As in three little girls from school, are we?
Yeah, if you like, why not?
Do you get that
No, I
reference?
don't get it.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I don't get it.
Oh, guys. Okay, the Mikado?
No.
No.
Alright.
It's old, mate.
I mean, that's a very famous play, musical, even. But whatever. Alright, go on. Say what you're going to say. Fucking hell.
They do the singing, and it's...
There's no class in
it's
this
just-
room.
It's just weird, but I saw them at Download, and I saw this guy that, you know, because you don't want to get the stereotype that only Asian people are into because they're an Asian band. There was this little guy that was probably only there for Baby Metal. He didn't have a flag, he had a towel with Baby Metal on it. He was at least 60, and he crowd surfed to the front of the stage to throw this Baby Metal towel at them, and then he left.
I'm imagining three babies playing guitar.
They're really little. They are really little. I'll get a photo for you now.
Alright, hold on. I'll put a photo on the screen for the YouTube listeners.
Yeah.
Anyone who's listening on iTunes, I guess, fuck
Deal
you.
with
I
it.
think-
Yeah. Google it yourself.
Yeah, the words baby and then metal.
But yeah, you only ever see the three little girls, but there's obviously they only do the vocals. Like there's a full band behind them, which are made up of their parents and things like that.
Okay, right, fair.
Yeah, you get the idea.
I get the idea
Yeah.
that they're three women. I don't.
Yeah, they're really.
What else was I supposed to
You
get?
see the rest of the band? They
Oh.
properly.
So
like,
yeah, they sound like... The voice is like a baby, but the music is...
It was really, really heavy.
Yeah.
I'm
Actually,
gonna,
really heavy.
I'm gonna have to listen to these
should we
guys
listen?
later.
Should we listen to the one
Yeah,
on it?
please.
We'll do a random.
Wait, can we?
little
All right, fine. We'll do a cut here and we'll listen to Baby Metal. Even though I didn't sound enthusiastic before we cut, I actually really liked that.
Yeah, we listened to Karate by Baby Metal, and it's pretty sick actually, isn't it?
It's karate.
Oh, sorry. That's like you know that episode of SpongeBob where he keeps insisting to everyone there's karate, not karate. That's what you sound
I've
like.
never seen SpongeBob SquarePants.
Is that a joke?
I've never ever watched an
Get
episode.
What's
my
gonna
house.
happen is you're gonna come to mine. Me and Leo are gonna duct tape your legs and your arms together, and
I
we're
want
gonna
you to watch
force you to watch
SpongeBob.
it because SpongeBob is on Netflix.
I didn't say I wouldn't watch it. I said I haven't watched it.
Then we're gonna
I was
watch it
too
together.
old, I think. Oh no, we did this discussion. I wasn't too old. I just haven't seen it.
You
We
just
didn't.
didn't see it.
We didn't have Sky when I was younger, so I had no way to watch it. And then I was too
SpongeBob was
old when
sick.
we did get Sky, and I was into cool things like Dragon Ball Z and other stuff that I hate now. Dragon Ball Z isn't very good. Sorry, anyone who's listening who likes Dragon Ball Z. Sorry, Kyle.
I was gonna say he's gonna kill you for that.
It's not very good. It's boring.
Like he's on his way to the house now.
It's really, really boring. I won't take it back. What were we
I'm
talking
not into
about?
it. Baby Metal.
I'm sure we had a topic.
We had
Ghost.
Ghost, and then
Oh.
we went into Baby Metal.
Okay. How good
God.
is Ghost though?
Ghosts are really good.
That's
No, but you know,
such an easy just switch
we
him
were
up.
Yeah.
talking about the anonymity, and
Yeah, that's how this
until last year, no one knew who they were. But then the bandmates at the time decided to sue Papa Emeritus, who's the vocalist.
Yeah.
So then it was their identities were all revealed because of the legal case.
I feel like I'd be like, because that's got to be the big climax of the band, really, is when you find out who everyone is. That's got to be quite upsetting.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd want to be outed after a while.
I mean, now we only know who the singer is because all the other guys are new now.
Yeah, and he changed his look after that, didn't he? Because I thought it was a new singer.
So now he's a different. I don't know what his name is now.
I don't know. Did he change
another
his name
religious
as well? Yeah, they give
personality.
him
Yeah.
popey type look.
Yeah. Which caused a lot of controversy in America.
Yeah, people
as you
weren't
can
happy
imagine.
about that. It's a good look though. I enjoy it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
With the
Their
whole,
stage presence is
they
sick.
do the whole face paints thing as
Yeah,
well.
and apparently Dave Grohl was a nameless ghoul for one gig as well.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Dave Grohl's done everything.
Dave
Let's
Grohl's
be real.
just the
He's
coolest.
produced one of their albums as well, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
That's pretty cool.
He's just sick.
We should get Dave Grohl to produce our album.
If
That'll
you
be
can
am-
afford that, I'd be about that.
Hey, let's start saving now.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I think it'd be
Well, we
worth
save
it.
it until we're 85, but
How expensive could it possibly be?
I don't know.
Like, we get everyone in our families to save. We save.
How are we going to convince everyone in our family to eternally save
Yeah.
for us to work with Dave Grohl? We'd have to
Well,
bribe
just to
them
get
by
Dave
them all being able to
Grohl.
be
Just
there,
convince them, like, playing really good music and say, look, it's really good, I promise.
yeah. Yeah, okay.
My parents don't like our music anyway.
I was going to say,
Do they not?
No, they messaged me saying, my mum said, we listened to some of your songs. I like the nice one. I was like, that doesn't
Was
mean
warning
anything.
signs?
No, it was No One But We.
Okay. Everyone likes that one.
She elaborated that it was the love song, and I was like, everyone thinks it's a love song. It's
not really.
It's not.
is it?
It's not. It's like about the end of a breakup, looking back on it. Sort of. Oh, I said I'd never discuss the meaning of the song. It's not about anything. Ooh.
Ooh, mystical.
All right, we are hitting 32 minutes, so we can move on to the next section, or we can talk about Leia's topic. Which would you rather do, Leia?
Well, mine's it's very moldable. We can not talk about it for very long if you like.
Or we
Because I
could
picked
just save
a
it.
concept, not.
All right, why don't you pitch it and I'll see if I
Okay.
care.
So as you always say in Thailand, that we can be whatever concept or anything we like.
Sit closer to the mic. Sit closer
Sorry.
to me.
Sorry, I've decided that I wanted to do the concept of memeage in metal.
I wanted to do the concept of the
Yeah.
image.
Yeah, I really
Could
do.
you not just phrase it as talk about?
Talk
No.
about the concept.
No, because clearly you're not happy about it, so I'm going to continue to phrase it like that.
Really blue eyes.
Did you just realise that?
I just
We
don't...
don't make eye contact.
No, they're not as blue. Sorry.
Well, I've got yellow in the middle.
Yeah.
We don't make eye contact. We're both uncomfortable people.
Oh, yeah. We had to talk about this the other day.
Yeah.
It's usually because, I don't know, I guess you've got glasses on a lot of the time?
Yeah, I've got contacts in today.
And it
which
contrasts with the
brings
red.
Yeah.
Man,
That
I
does
am
help.
totally going to leave this in.
That is
This
a
is gold.
major sidetrack. But yeah, I wanted to talk about memeage in metal.
I don't know what you mean, so explain.
As in, I was just going to bring you metal memes and we could discuss the concept.
All right.
Because
Show
it's
me
more
a metal
in-depth.
meme.
Yeah, because
We could
I
do a
also
couple.
wanted to do it because I thought it would wind you up that you're going to have to edit so you can see it every time.
I just
Really,
won't.
man?
I just won't do it. I definitely.
Well, your option is that, or you can describe what we're looking at.
I guess I'll do that. No, I'll put the fucking memes in.
Uh,
Sorry,
this is-
anyone on
this is the
iTunes.
first one.
It's
A conversation between Ozzy and Sharon. The photo is Ozzy frantically riding away on a mobility scooter. And the conversation is, Sharon, come over. Ozzy, I can't, I'm busy. Sharon, I have bats. And then Ozzy.
I don't get it.
It's basically, it's all that the meme format of like, oh babe, come over.
I
can't, but
understand-
my parents, yeah.
I understand what a meme is, and
As in Ozzy, there
But
was
I
that
don't-
whole thing about Ozzy biting the head off a bat, wasn't
During
there?
your
I
gig,
didn't.
yeah.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know about
I
that.
didn't know that.
Someone threw a bat on stage, and because Ozzy thought it was plastic, he picked it up and bit the head off,
Oh God.
and discovered it was real.
Oh, that poor bat.
I mean, the bat was already dead.
All right, well, that's fine,
It
I
was
guess.
It's not alive. I mean, you
Alright,
can't
it's-
throw
Wouldn't
a
it
live
stay
bat.
You definitely could throw a live bat.
Sorry, I want to see you throw a live bat.
No, I'm not throwing live bats. Not after that night.
This one's a little bit more stupid. This is the Arthur meme with the Saint Anger fist from the Metallica album, and it says, "When they won't stop making fun of the way your snare sounds."
I don't get it either.
Have you not?
Do you get it?
I mean, I could guess it's to do with Lars.
Apparently,
Yeah,
I just
Lars-
don't know anything
okay,
about anything.
So in Saint Anger, it was really, really taking the mick out of because the snare sounds really bad. Like everyone always says that that's one of the worst Metallica albums. I want to show you. Like it's so bad.
All right, well we can.
Can we cut this
Right
'Cause
now?
Yeah, I want to. Show
All
you.
right, what are we putting on so I can?
Saint Anger. Anything from Saint Anger. It's all
All right,
sounds
here we
bad.
go. All right, my favourite part is listening back to my voice and how disinterested I am.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and be more interesting.
So as
I
Matt-
don't get it.
You're useless, and you can't pick out the snare in a song.
I can't pick out drums.
Lou understands me when I say that it's not
It's
very
flat,
good.
yeah.
It just
It's
sounds
not
a
lively.
bit
It's just it's a
naff,
dead sound.
Really.
All right, hold on. Do a vocal impression of it. Do a
What,
regular,
of a good one or a bad one?
a good one, and then the bad one. So I got to compare.
I can't do it vocally.
All right, Leia.
Don't look at me. What I'll do
Alright.
is I'll get my really bad snare for you and I'll tune it so that it sounds like it.
Our snare sounds like this, right? Sound
No.
like that?
Closer. That's not far off what it sounds like,
Alright.
to be honest.
That chat is the
Is that better?
snare.
That's what the sound that
Yeah.
most
Ch-
drummers
ch-
make
ch-
to verbalize it.
All right.
So I'm just going to move on from that because you don't understand. This one, I
I'm
got...
calling time after this meme. If I don't get it, no more
No,
memes.
you're gonna like this one.
Alright,
You're gonna have
alright.
seen this one before. I got this one purely because I want you to vocalize every one of these. This is the differences between music genres. So I want you to do all of
The
them.
sentence is, I saw a flower, and there are various different types. Some of which I don't think I'm going to be able to do.
I
All right,
think
so
you should
rap.
try.
Yo, I was hanging with my motherfucking homies. Oh shit! It disappeared.
Locked. Did
Fucking
you just
hell.
lock my phone? Oh, there we
Right.
go.
I was hanging with my motherfucking homies, and we saw a motherfucking flower. I'm a motherfucking garden. Pop. Oh shit! Who's a pop artist that I can imitate?
Or you could just read it out. I mean,
I saw a flower. I saw a flower. I saw a flower. It had blue petals. Blue petals. Blue petals. Yeah, that is pretty much pop. Rock. In fields where nothing grew but weeds, I found a flower at my feet, bending there in my direction. Wait, that's a famous song lyric parody.
That's probably why they've done it. To be
Yeah,
honest.
I don't know what.
Fields where nothing grew but weeds. I found a flower at my feet.
Emo. I came across a beautiful flower, but it fucking died. Metal. Just a lot of growling that I can't do without warming up. Country. I was riding a tractor and I was drinking a beer, and then I saw a pretty little flower and I said, "Hey y'all, it's one of them flowers."
Yeah.
that's actually pretty
Do the
good.
dubstep one. Do the dubstep one.
Dubstep. Flower. Happy with that. I'm not doing it again.
There we go.
Okay.
was,
Yeah. All right. I get that one. You get one more then. If I
Um,
don't get it, we cut to the next
okay.
section.
There's a D gent one. That's a lot-
I've
very
got one
popular.
that's a Dave Grohl meme because you like Dave Grohl.
Oh, difficult.
This is just a tweet that he posted that says, if you play a Nickelback song backwards, you'll hear messages from the devil. Even worse, if you play it forwards, you'll hear Nickelback.
Oh man, I should do Nickelback at some point. Everyone, save your opinions on Nickelback for
Oh,
when
God,
I
sorry.
do. You can give your opinion on Nickelback.
I think they're alright. I mean, I've
Right.
never.
I mean, I
hated
don't get why everyone makes such
Yeah.
a big deal.
It's just his voice is a little grating at times. Chad Kroeger has a very grating voice, and they don't really release more than one song. All their songs are the same.
I mean, their songs do sound similar.
It's
but
fairly Metallica-esque, to be honest, the way that all their songs sound identical. Ooh, sorry, Metallica fans.
you just cause a lot of controversy there.
No, I'll save that for controversial corner.
Since that you understood that one, can I show you another one?
You got
Because
one
can
left, and then I
understand.
want to go to the next segment.
Okay. This is just, it says, my desires are unconventional, so show me. And he's bought a lot of guitars.
It's a 50 Shades of
Yes.
Grey reference. Who's seen 50 Shades of Grey?
I've seen it.
I haven't seen it.
What do you think?
It's a shit show.
It's really boring.
I saw the trailer and was
It
like,
was just
no.
tedious. Like the
It was
book's
very
boring.
boring.
Yeah.
I couldn't even finish the first one. It was
I
just-
watched it on a plane, and I was just like, this isn't sexy at all.
No.
It's just kind of tired. Anyway, on to the next section, which we call, and Leia has written a theme song for.
What? What? I've written a theme song.
Yeah, go for it. Do the theme song that you told me you'd written.
I forgot about it.
No, come on, you remember it, Neil.
No, I don't.
Off the top of your head, go
I
for
have
it.
no idea
It's
what
in
you're
your
talking
soul.
about.
Yeah, I made that up.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure that.
I'm
never
glad that
happened.
you went along with it, though. Welcome to Controversial Corner. Oh, that's how I start the podcast. That's not how I do this segment.
No, it's not.
I do have an opinion this week. Last week I kind of let you down.
Yeah, you
I
did
didn't
a
have
little
anything, but I think I found one of the best songs ever made. It's by a YouTuber. I'm gonna cut a little bit of it in here. I legit think it's amazing, and I'm gonna make you guys listen to it.
Who's it by?
I can't remember. I don't think I can even remember the name of the song, but I think it's saved on my computer. So, all right, we'll be back in 1 second. So, after like 10 minutes of me not knowing what the song actually was that I was thinking of, I decided that it was Porter Robinson's Shelter, which I think is one of the best songs ever made. I put it up there with What Do I Love by the Foo Fighters, The Pretender, and whatever else I've bullshitted about is being really good. Toxicity, yeah.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Probably something else. Probably something by Hannah Montana. Let's be reasonable.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, that's realistically your opinion threshold.
Yep. The Ice Cream Freeze.
Jesus.
Man, I danced to that today because a friend asked me to.
You're easily swayed, you know.
Yeah, I'm pretty easily convinced by stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Right, controversial, guys. I said a controversial thing. Now it's your turn to piss people
Wait,
off.
what was your controversial thing?
I think that song is one of the best songs ever made.
Okay. Leo, have you got one?
I've got a controversial topic.
All right.
Okay.
The old recording techniques and the new more digital way of recording, and I was wondering how that could influence the creative process going into an album. I think that is quite controversial right now, as a lot of people think that either you do it the old way or the new completely digital Pro Tools way. And like after watching, I don't know if you've seen the Sound City documentary that Dave Grohl did. It's basically about the studio in California, in LA, that like recorded everything from Fleetwood Mac to like who's it to the Foo Fighters basically, and that studio was known for using the old tape system.
Okay.
And so there were lots of discussions about that versus Pro Tools and how it killed a lot of jobs and things like that. Yeah.
I don't know enough about
I
it to
mean,
have an opinion on the topic.
As we haven't done any recordings, I don't
Yeah.
know anything about how the quality would be.
Yeah.
I mean, it's never going to be as good on an older. That's why the newer methods come about. The newer methods come about because it is either better or more convenient. Like, it wouldn't come about if there wasn't.
Oh, it's
music.
definitely easier to do it
Yeah.
on like Pro Tools instead of like if you make a mistake in the old one, you
Yeah.
actually have to slice through the tape and
Yeah.
stick it together and yeah.
It's like the whole vinyl thing, isn't
Yeah.
it? Like, it's like it can't be better. Like, from a technical standpoint, it's no different at all. If anything, the digital one's going to be slightly better, but people like the experience, don't they? They like the experience of buying the thing and then being able to physically hold it and being able to play with it. You can hear it make all the little.
I like
little
vinyl
mistakes.
because it
Vinyl's
seems
very good.
pretentious. I like seeming pretentious in my house. I like saying, "Hey, I'm gonna go put on a vinyl record."
Yeah, I think I'd hate you for
I
that.
think it sounds arrogant, and I like that. I'm not joking. Anyone who's listening, that's legit why I have it.
I just like vinyl because it sounds really good through a decent sound system.
It
sounds really good.
I have some really good speakers here, and they make my vinyl sound really, really
Yeah.
good. It's the only way I listen to certain albums, because my phone speakers aren't very good.
That is so pretentious.
Well, my phone speakers aren't
Listening
very
to
good.
jazz through
so-
vinyl is so good.
Okay.
I
That's
hate.
probably one of the best things.
I hate jazz. Do you hate jazz?
Oh, I
I
love
don't
jazz.
hate jazz.
Okay, right. I hate jazz. You don't hate jazz, and you love jazz.
I love jazz.
3 monkeys with covering their eyes or ears or whatever.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't know anything about this topic, so I can't contribute.
Okay.
So you guys, you done?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
Go on then, Leia.
My controversial opinion this week is that I don't think new metal is all that bad. I am right. People are quick to take the mick. I am a fan of Korn. Korn is publicly said as a new metal band.
Yeah.
System of a Down is often grouped in with new metal, even though it is not traditionally new metal. Slipknot's new metal. I've just named 3 bands that you like that are new
I don't
metal.
like Slipknot
Avenged
that
Sevenfold.
much.
You've told me that you like it. I'm not a big fan of it.
I like-
I really like
I like
Avenged
Corey
Sevenfold.
Taylor a lot. I don't
Yeah,
love
okay.
a lot of Slipknot, and I love Before I Forget because it's
Yeah, that's
great.
a tune, to be fair.
I like System of a Down. Who are the other people you mentioned?
Korn.
I don't love Korn.
You asked me if I wanted to go and watch them live with you.
I don't remember this conversation.
Interesting.
It was on the podcast. We had this conversation on the podcast because we were talking about the new Follow Lead.
Oh man, you know how like flimsy my opinion is. It changes every week.
Clearly.
Um,
I think people in metal can be too pretentious.
I agree. But
Like,
as a pretentious person, I'm okay with
you're a
it.
pretentious person, but also you're not a big fan of like the traditional, like original metals, like Hailstorm. Not a traditional like they're
Oh no, they're like
they're
rock
ones
metal.
that like the traditional proper what's the word pretentious metalheads rag on all the time.
Yeah, but Hailstorm are great.
Yeah, but you can't like mix and choose what you want to.
I can choose what I like.
Yeah, you can choose
Certain
what you like.
bands
but
I just
also
don't like. I liked the Korn stuff that you showed
yeah,
me. To
you
be
can't
fair,
choose to be pretentious and like bands that pretentious people take the mick out of at the same time.
I can just be a hypocrite.
You can't be a hypocrite because I know it winds you up.
I can be a hypocrite for this podcast. It's winding
Go
you
on.
I was
up.
gonna say day to day you go out of your way to try and not be a hypocrite.
Yeah,
so
but right now it's irritating
sorry
me.
if you don't.
Go on, wait. Who are the other bands?
That was the only 3 I named.
Okay.
But there's plenty
Oh,
of
yeah,
other
Avenged
new metal
Sevenfold.
bands. Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
Ghost
sorry.
would be a new.
I don't like Avenged
Yeah.
Sevenfold that
heavy metal
much.
band.
Like it's
Wait, are we spelling
I'm not
new
a big-
N-E-W
no,
or
NU.
N-U?
NU.
Oh, NU.
Yeah,
Okay.
as in
I thought it was NEW.
no. Let
No,
me
there's new metal.
Yeah, I know what new metal is.
like.
yeah.
I just feel like people rag on them way too much. To be honest,
I just think a lot of it's bad.
don't get me wrong. Some of it is bad. Like
Someone's knocking on the door.
I told him not to knock.
Or tell him really not to knock because the mic's picking it up.
Hang on. Knocking. We're recording.
I'm gonna leave this in.
Bell end.
I actually.
Yeah,
Yeah, you did actually
I
just
tend
said
to
that.
leave. I tend to leave most things in, just
Just
because I think
out
it's
of sheer
funnier.
laziness.
Oh, sometimes it's just funny.
Okay, then
Say
I'll
for
say.
example,
yeah.
Mudvayne are a new metal band.
I don't like Mudvayne.
Don't know them.
You don't know Mudvayne? Dig.
I know Mudvayne.
Oh,
You
okay,
it was
sorry.
him.
Was it Bodies? What's that? A Drowning Pool. They're a new metal band.
I don't know them.
You know
You've
bodies.
heard
though.
Bodies.
Do I? Oh, I don't like that song. Oh, it's a really terrible song. Ugh.
I think Limp Bizkit are often grouped in with them, but I don't think that's.
I don't like them Biscuit very
I'm
much.
not a big fan. But you know.
I thought you were going to say
personal-
Linkin Park for a
Linkin
second.
Park are new metal.
I don't
They
like
are
them.
new metal.
I don't like them.
Papa Roach.
No.
I'm sure you've talked to me about Papa Roach before.
No, you probably have, Lou.
Like I'm
I
not.
I barely know.
I only
Papa
know
Roach.
I only know one song,
I barely
Yeah,
know.
and that's Last Resort.
Yeah. Like
I
don't get
know
me
Last
wrong. I'm
Resort,
not a
yeah.
massive fan of most of those bands. I just don't get why people are so prissy about it.
Can't really answer that. I just don't like some bands, and I say it.
That's not what I'm saying. You're okay to not like bands. They're just people like jump the whole genre and they're like, let's meld that together. We don't like this.
yeah.
bit,
People
we'll
do that
cast
with most
aside.
things, right? You can only
They do.
and
but-
since genre theory is stupid
It is
and
stupid.
it bleeds into everything, I think it's honestly just some people group whatever they like into a genre they don't like. And
It's just
people,
easier.
Yeah, and people group whatever they like into a genre they like. So
Yeah.
I think often new metal gets dissed because a lot of shit bands, it's
Yeah,
easier
don't
to
get me
call them
wrong.
new metal.
Yeah, it is.
Whereas you can just like exempt the ones you like. Like I would never say Avenged Sevenfold is new metal, and I
No.
don't like them that much anyway. But I like them more than like fucking Let the Bodies Hit the Ground.
Hit the
Floor.
floor.
Whatever. It's all the same.
Have you heard the Almo version of that?
No.
It's really good. You should watch it.
Okay. I'll
Someone
watch
did a
the Elmo
karaoke with
version.
the Almo. It was really good.
All right. Well, that brings us to the letter / the question, because these stop.
I was
No
gonna
one
say,
sends
I think
in
it was
a
only
letter.
a letter the first week.
Yeah, it was a
wasn't
letter the first week, and then I started writing the questions. Hey, send in questions, guys. We always forget to say that. Like, if anyone's listening and you have a question, just ask
get
us.
involved.
So, this one's a fun one because I ran out of time, and I just thought of a dumb question instead of like one that would just bring a lot of debate.
I mean, we're quite far into our time allocation.
It's true.
anyway.
But Lewis, Leia,
Yeah.
if you could play with any band for one of their songs, which band and song would it be? So you can only play with them for one of the songs.
That is really hard.
There's two ways you could think about that in what would you most like to see live and up close, or you could think of that as what would you most enjoy playing.
Well, you should think of it as the way that I want you to.
Which is?
I wasn't listening to what you were saying.
I hope you die, of something non-contagious so I don't also die.
I'll hear it back and I'll hate myself in the editing process. Say it again.
No.
Okay.
You don't get to know again.
Well, I'm going to answer then.
Okay.
It would probably just be a massive classic rock band like Guns N' Roses or AC/DC. And then it would just be like, just for the lols, Sweet Child of Mine.
Oh, God.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, you had so much opportunity there.
Well, I like Sweet Child of Mine. I like the idea of playing with, like, Slash.
Yeah,
and even though I don't like Axl Rose, standing next to the man and singing with him would be amazing.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So I think I would choose that. Either that or, AC/DC. But they're not touring with Angus anymore, so I couldn't really do Back in Black or Thunderstruck. But I'd choose something like that, something which is, like, my whole family would know and would listen to.
Yeah.
Rather than something which is potentially more of the day.
Yeah.
Like, because if I picked Hailstorm or TPR, there's a chance in 10 years I won't like them.
Yeah.
But, a lot of the classic rock stuff I'm always going to like.
Fair enough. I think, because I instinctively want to play, what's it called, Daddy, Brother, Love a Little Boy by Mr. Big with them.
Oh, yeah.
But mostly just because I'd love to see the electric drill solo with the bass and the guitar really, really close up. I think that'd be cool as hell. Like, because most of the time, most of what I play in terms of covering other people is I play loads of System of a Down. But I don't know.
I wouldn't want to play the System of a Down because they're so good.
Yeah, you'd never be better than them.
But
But then I'd never be better than Pat Torpey. So I think it's just, I don't know, I instinctively went for that one in my head.
That's fair.
Yeah.
All right,
Probably
Lee?
I think I would want to jam out with the John Mayer Trio
Okay.
to any sort of cover songs because I think they're one of the best musicians around. And John Mayer, obviously, he's an absolute...
Isn't he supposed to be a tool?
I think he was a tool. He said he was a recovering egomaniac.
What an idiot.
I didn't know anyone recovered from that. In all
So at
fairness.
least he's
just being a
honest
tool.
with his personality and what he said in the past. But Pino Palladino and Steve Jordan, I think, one of the best rhythm sections ever.
Okay,
That's fair.
that's pretty cool.
So yeah, just to see that vibe and to witness the energy
Yeah.
would
Nice.
be amazing.
Our choices. Do you think we're more predictable than Lou? Because obviously I'm predictable to me. I know what I'm going to say.
I don't know.
Lou
think
always
that's just
comes up with
because-
left field stuff.
Yeah, I understand, like, I think we have closer taste in music is the difference, whereas Lou is a lot further down
and
the
varied
spectrum.
as well,
Like,
very, very
like, I don't
varied.
even know who you talked about. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm just going to sit there and nod, but I've got no idea who that is.
Yeah.
Or,
You don't know
who
who
that
the...
could-
That's fair, I guess.
So I would never have guessed that, but by the reasoning being I've never heard of them before. I might have heard something by them, but I couldn't put a name to them all.
They're good.
They are very good.
Yeah, they're very good. Yeah. Right, well, thanks for coming on the show, Lou. I'll
Thank you
see
for having
you
me.
in 5 minutes.
I was going to say, we're
In a
not leaving.
second.
Yeah.
We'll keep seeing you soon. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram. We're at Wild Abyss Band.
Get on the socials.
We're Wild Abyss on Facebook. We're on YouTube.
Guess what, guys? We now have a Pinterest and a MySpace account,
Oh my god.
of which we're both Wild Abyss the band. Get on it.
Yeah, get on the Pinterest.
Yeah.
That's the most important.
You know, I only did the Pinterest account because my friend has an older mother who doesn't understand how to use Facebook, and she said that she really, because she was like proper punk back in the day, she said that she really wanted to like have a look at my bands, but she doesn't understand Facebook. And I was like, well, what social media does she understand? And she was like, she really likes Pinterest. So I've made a Pinterest account just
I don't
for
even
her.
understand Pinterest. Like,
You literally it's
press stuff.
pin.
Well,
Yeah,
like, I
use
can't watch
Pinterest
videos
myself.
on it, so I don't really get it. I'm revealing how
So
old I
at
am.
Maisie's mum, I made you a Pinterest account.
I hope you're listening because
I'm gonna make him listen now.
you know we've said we're gonna make someone listen every week, and we both forget every
Every
time.
week, yeah.
So this is a catch up. Let's do a recap of who we need to make listen. Heather.
Charlie, my friend Charlie from
Yeah.
the Monomouth one.
Mhm.
Maisie's mother.
There you go. That's 3 so far.
Yeah.
We'll keep a running tally of how many people we invite to
okay.
listen to the podcast.
I never do.
We'll see you guys later.
Bye.
See ya.